Hi, I'm Mike, founder of GoodBed.com. No matter how long you've been mattress shopping, you've almost surely heard of Tempur-Pedic. It's one of the most well-known mattress brands there are. And within Tempur-Pedic, the Tempur-Breeze product line is one of their most successful and popular collections of mattresses. And we've actually covered this entire collection in another video as an overview. But today, we have the Tempur-Pedic LUXEbreeze Firm model here for us to take an up-close, in-depth look at. We're excited to show it to you. Stick around. Now, in case you've never seen one of our videos before or been to our website, GoodBed.com, the number one thing that you need to know about mattresses is that they are highly personal. This means that a mattress that's great for me can be truly terrible for you and vice versa. So the things that you need to be focused on are what we call the 3 Fs: fit, feel, and features. Fit is about finding a mattress that matches your body in terms of your weight, your shape, and your preferred sleep positions. Feel is about the characteristics of a mattress that are not universally better or worse, but are better or worse for your personal preferences. And features are the characteristics of a mattress that can be better or worse, however, may or may not be a concern for you personally. So let's start with fit, which is the most important of the 3 Fs, since it's what determines to what degree you're going to get the 2 things that everyone has to get from their mattress, which are proper spinal alignment and adequate pressure relief. And in talking about the LUXEbreeze Firm, I want to also compare it to its sibling, the LUXEbreeze Soft, since those of you who are looking at the Firm might also be considering the Soft. They're the same price and pretty similar in every other respect other than their feel and some of their conformance characteristics. So let's start with back sleepers. For most back sleepers, we probably give a slight nod to the Firm, the LUXEbreeze Firm over the LUXEbreeze Soft. Just from a spinal alignment standpoint, we worry a little bit for especially heavier back sleepers. There could be a little too much sinkage under your midsection, leading to a little bit of that hammocking effect. Probably a lighter back sleeper could get by on either the Firm or the Soft though, and be just fine, in fact. But certainly the Firm would be an excellent spinal alignment match for a lighter back sleeper. From a stomach sleeping standpoint, we do really worry about too much sinkage in the midsection just in general with a stomach sleeper, because that is what can be a recipe for back pain. If you have your hips sinking into the mattress while sleeping on your stomach, it leads to overarching of the back. In general, because of all the conformance that you get with a memory foam mattress like this, we probably would steer most stomach sleepers away from a mattress of this construction and towards one that has a little bit less conformance to make sure you don't get any of that overarching. But in this case, I think a lighter stomach sleeper would actually be fine on the LUXEbreeze Firm. Heavier stomach sleepers, I'd probably steer away from the LUXEbreeze Firm, and really, I would steer all stomach sleepers away from the LUXEbreeze Soft from a spinal alignment standpoint. Now, switching to side sleepers, this is the position in which you have to think about not only proper spinal alignment, but also adequate pressure relief, because it's the position in which your body's weight is distributed over the smallest surface area, which is why you sometimes get pressure points in places like your shoulders and your hips. And certainly side sleeping and the pressure relieving needs of a side sleeper are an area where Tempur-Pedic excels across the board, and these Breeze models are no exception to that. That being said, pressure relief and spinal alignment can sometimes be a little at odds, because the softer, more pressure relieving materials also tend to give a little bit more under your heaviest parts, which can throw the spinal alignment out of whack. And to a degree, that's probably the case with these 2 models here. While in general, we'd say side sleepers can be pretty well served across a wide range of weights on both of these models, we would probably steer, break the tie for lighter side sleepers by sending them to the softer model, which is slightly more pressure relieving, and a lighter side sleeper is not going to have to worry about their heavier parts sinking too far and throwing their spinal alignment out of whack, so they can benefit from that without having any spinal alignment negatives to offset it. Heavier side sleepers do have to worry about maybe getting a little too much conformance on that softer model, and I actually think that because a heavier side sleeper is going to sink through those softer layers a little bit deeper, getting themselves into those less pressure relieving layers in the middle of the mattress, I'd say they actually might even find better pressure relief on the Firm model, and certainly from a spinal alignment standpoint, I think they'd be better suited to this firmer model. So we would certainly steer the heavier side sleepers to this LUXEbreeze Firm of the 2. All right, so now let's move on to the second of the 3 Fs, which is feel. And again, these are the characteristics that cannot be universally better or worse. They can only be better or worse for your personal preferences. And the first of these is softness. And I need to clarify some terminology as we refer to softness, because it's a little different than how Tempur-Pedic refers to softness. When they talk about softness, they're talking about how much does the mattress kind of conform to your body. That can be related to what we consider to be softness, but it's not necessarily related. So these Tempur-Breeze mattresses are actually a good illustration of where they can actually diverge. Because what we talk about softness is we're talking about that pillowy softness that you get on a really soft traditional pillow top mattress. That kind of soft quilting and stuff. And you can see on this mattress, there's really none of that. It has a lot of surface firmness. You can just even hear it as I smack the surface of it. But of course, it's still, as the memory foam reacts to your weight and the body temperature, your warmer body temperature, it still will allow you to sink into the mattress and it will conform to you. So it does qualify for Tempur-Pedic's definition of softness. However, what we would call that amount of sinkage and conformance, we call that cushioning depth. So it's just a different set of terminology, but under our terminology, we would classify the LUXEbreeze firm as a very firm on our softness spectrum, which is the firmest classification we have. Interestingly though, just to illustrate my point earlier, the LUXEbreeze soft we would classify as just a firm on our softness spectrum. So certainly to the softer side of this model we have here, but nowhere near where we would classify it as a soft, nowhere, not even all the way to medium. Now, in terms of cushioning depth, however, we would also classify the soft as having more cushioning depth. This one here, we would classify still as having above average cushioning depth. So, and actually substantially. I mean, it's pretty conforming. And part of its conforming characteristics stem from how much you sink into it, which again, not as much as you do on the LUXEbreeze soft, but is still more than average. It's also how much it conforms to your pointier parts, like how much your shoulders and hips will sink into the mattress when you're on your side. And it also comes from how closely it conforms to your body. Some mattresses are very bowl-like, they don't really conform that much to you. Some will almost be like completely flat right up to your body and then will conform right around it. And this is more like that. So the combination of those is going to give you much more of that hugged or cradled sensation, or kind of sleeping in your mattress, more than sleeping on your mattress relative to all mattresses as a whole. But again, relative to its counterpart, the LUXEbreeze soft, it would have less cushioning depth. Now, those are the first two characteristics of what we call the second F, feel. The next one is the amount of memory feel. Again, this is neither a better nor worse characteristic. It's just up to your personal preference. And of course, this mattress having 3 to 4 inches of memory foam up at the top it has a lot of memory feel. And in fact, this is slower responding memory foam, which kind of accentuates the amount of memory feel. It gives it more of that delayed responsiveness, both as you're sinking into the mattress, as well as after you get off the mattress, kind of that delayed recovery. So it really has a lot of that kind of slow melting responsiveness that memory foam is known for. In terms of the last feel characteristic that we talk about, it's bounce. So again, this can be neither better nor worse. In this case, neither of these mattresses has any springs, and this memory foam up at the top of the mattress is an excellent shock absorbing material, which ends up not only being good for motion isolation, which we'll get to in a moment, but it also ends up absorbing a lot of impact such that there's very little bounce in this mattress. And that goes for surface bounce up at the top of the mattress, as well as kind of mid-level bounce, where you might just feel as you move around on the mattress, as well as deep bounce that you might on some mattresses experience when you kind of plop yourself down on the mattress. You're not really going to get bounce at any level of this mattress. All right, so now we're going to move on to the third and final of the 3 Fs, which are the features. And again, these are the things that actually can be better or worse, but may or may not be a priority for you personally. The first of these is motion isolation, which, as I just mentioned, is excellent on this mattress. You can see that as we drop the bowling ball, the bowling pin that we use as a kind of proxy for how much motion transfers across the mattress barely budges. Even when I jump in with my full weight inconsiderately next to my bowling pin partner, there's hardly any motion transferred across the mattress. So overall, excellent motion isolation. The next feature is temperature, which for most people is really about, to what degree is this mattress going to keep me from overheating during the night? And if you're watching this video, this is undoubtedly a characteristic that you're particularly interested in, because it's certainly one that Tempur-Pedic has put a lot into addressing in terms of this mattress and their marketing of it. And in this area, I would urge you to check out the video that we did overviewing this entire Tempur-Breeze collection, because we did go into much more detail there about not only the claims that Tempur-Pedic is making about these mattresses, but also the science that they did in order to be able to substantiate those claims. And suffice to say, we found that science to be very persuasive. But in this video, what I want to talk about is our experience with the mattress. We had a chance now in doing an in-depth review to really spend a lot more time with this mattress and experience it for ourselves. And what I can tell you here is that based on that experience, we also felt like those claims have been substantiated in our own experience. I want to remind you, by the way, that those claims that they made were not, I'm talking about things like 8 degrees cooler and so forth. Those claims were not made relative to the average mattress. They were made relative to what this same mattress would feel like without the cooling features that are part of the Breeze collection. So this same mattress being a mattress with all foam construction, with high density, high quality memory foam up at the top, quite a substantial amount of it, very conforming, things like that. So keep that in mind as you think about this, but certainly in our experience, this mattress with all the cooling features that it has certainly feels substantially cooler than it would without these cooling features. On top of that, we would even say that this mattress feels cooler than the average mattress. These cooling features are that effective. Particularly, these cooling features are very noteworthy in the first 10-15 minutes where you're getting the benefit of really all the cooling features. So some of the cooling features are kind of ones that help sustain through the entire night. Some of them are ones that you experience more right when you lie down on the mattress and kind of have a limited capacity or a limited time period over which they can continue to provide cooling. When you first lie down on the mattress, you're kind of getting all of the above. And during that period of time, say the first 10-15 minutes, which for many people is the most important time period because it's when you're falling asleep, this mattress is not only cool, it's among the coolest, if not the coolest that we've tested. So certainly it really delivers. And I'm talking, by the way, about the higher density yarn, the polyethylene fiber that they use in the cover of the mattress, the phase change material that they use up at the top of this mattress. All of these things we went into a little bit more detail about in our overview video of the entire collection. But suffice to say that in our experience, we did find this to be very effective in providing that initial cooling. And like I said, though, those features in combination with the other features they added in terms of adding airflow to the mattress and so forth, they did deliver a sustained level of cooling throughout a longer period of time, like meaning the entire night, that we also felt was palpable. And we did feel that overall, the net of those made this even cooler than the average mattress, which is really quite saying something for a mattress that is an all foam mattress with a lot of this really high density, high quality memory foam up at the top that conforms closely to your body. So for someone who is looking for a mattress that has those characteristics, that deep conforming memory foam feel and what have you, and all the pressure relieving benefits that go along with that, but is concerned about overheating, this mattress really does provide one of the most unique combinations of those cooling features and those memory foam benefits that we can find out there. The next feature we want to cover is edge support, which never tends to be a strength for a memory foam mattress like this. And I would say this mattress is really not an exception to that. We look at this in a couple different ways. One is while I'm sitting on the edge, as I'm doing right now, and the other is while I'm lying on the edge, which is probably more relevant. And in the case of lying on the edge, I think this mattress does much better on the edge support test, but there's still a little bit of kind of lean as the memory foam kicks in and you start to it starts to adapt to your body. It tends to have you kind of leaning out towards the edge. It's unavoidable with this type of mattress, and so this mattress is no exception in that regard. Sitting on the edge of the mattress, likewise, as the memory foam forms to your body, you tend to sink pretty deeply into the edge of the mattress. I don't feel necessarily unstable, but overall we would say the edge support here is okay. The next feature is ease of repositioning, which really is only a concern for a relatively small subset of people who might have difficulty repositioning on a mattress like this. What I would say is, in this case, a lot of the features that are going to make this mattress really compelling for a lot of people, the close conformance to your body, that slow responsiveness and slow recovery that many people love, are going to make it a little harder for that subset of people to reposition on. So again, while most people are not going to be affected by this, we do want to point it out for those of you for whom this could be a concern. The next feature we cover is the use of natural materials in the mattress. In the case of this particular mattress, this is not a mattress that contains any natural materials, nor is it one that Tempur-Pedic claims contains any natural materials. So it's probably not a factor for those of you who are watching this video. If finding a mattress made with natural materials is a big priority for you, there are other mattresses that would be a better fit for you in this regard. The next feature we look at is adjustable base compatibility, which is something we get asked about more and more these days. And in some respects, manufacturers will position this as kind of a check the box, yes or no thing. However, what we've found in our testing is that there's quite a wide range of differences in terms of just how adjustable base compatible a mattress can be. And in the case of the Tempur-Pedic LUXEbreeze firm here, we definitely found this is a very adjustable base compatible mattress. You can put it on there, it's going to conform very closely to the base. Even when the base is in a fully articulated, fully elevated position, it's going to conform very closely to the curves of that base. Nothing weird is going to happen, no bunching or clumping or bowing as this mattress is in that articulated position. So this is a mattress that you can expect to use on an adjustable base and have it perform just as it does when it's flat. So overall, we would say this mattress has very good adjustable base compatibility. Three things that are going to be important anytime you're buying something online, but particularly a mattress, are going to be delivery, return policy, and warranty. In terms of delivery, obviously this is going to depend on where and from whom you buy this mattress. If you buy directly from Tempur-Pedic, they have a white glove delivery service that comes free with the purchase of this mattress. Of course, a lot of brick and mortar local retailers are also going to provide free delivery with setup as well. In terms of return policy, this again is going to depend entirely on the retailer, meaning where and from whom you buy this mattress. So you're going to want to check with them for the specifics. But if you do buy this mattress directly from Tempur-Pedic, it comes with a 90-night in-home trial. If for whatever reason you decide during that time frame you don't like this mattress, you can give them a call. They'll work through whatever issues you have, and ultimately if you decide you want to return it, they will offer you a full refund. The only thing you might end up on the hook for is a $175 return shipping fee. But other than that, you can get a full refund on this mattress. And they do ask, as a common stipulation to these return policies these days, they do ask that you sleep on the mattress for at least 30 nights. So just recognize that that is meant just to give your body time to adjust to the new mattress. In terms of warranty, this mattress is going to have the same warranty no matter where you buy it. It's going to be a 10-year warranty that is issued by the manufacturer Tempur-Pedic. A few things to know about this warranty. Number one, it's possible you will be on the hook if you do have a warranty event for return shipping, just to get the mattress back to Tempur-Pedic to have them take a look at it and inspect it. But on the flip side, on the positive side, there's a lot to like about this warranty. Number one, it's a non-prorated warranty for the duration of the 10 years, meaning the value of the mattress is not going to diminish over that 10-year period, so that if you do have a warranty event later in that 10-year period, you're still going to be fully covered in that situation. The second thing I really like about this warranty is that we always tell our readers the most important term in any mattress warranty is not the length of time, but rather what they define to be an allowable body impression, meaning how deep does it have to be before it's considered a warranty issue. And in the case of this warranty, you're talking about 3/4 of an inch. So in the spectrum of mattress warranties out there, that is way up towards the better end of that spectrum. Sometimes those things, I'd say 1.5 inches is standard, and sometimes they get as much as 2 inches in terms of what they define to be an acceptable body impression. So 3/4 of an inch is a little bit more standard for a mattress like this, but it still, to me, is a really good sign and shows a lot of confidence from the manufacturer in the durability of this product. All right, now let's get into the details of what's actually inside one of these Tempur LUXEbreeze firm models. And we've obviously cut ours open. Gives you a peek into what the 4 layers are inside and what they really look like. I'm gonna just take the layers one by one just to give you the lay of the land, and then I'm gonna explain sort of some of the logic about how they came to this construction and why they laid it out this way. basically you have 4 layers. The first one's a little over an inch of what they call their Tempur-CM material. It's a memory foam. It's got a lot of that surface firmness that we showed you earlier in the video. Slow responding, like memory foam is known for. It's about a 5-pound density foam, very high quality, high density memory foam. But what they did do, what's different about it from previous Tempur material, is that it is much more has much more airflow. And I would refer you, I'm going to get into a little bit of the cooling story here, but I would definitely refer you back again to the video we did over covering the entire Tempur-Breeze collection, because we went into a great amount of detail in that video about how the cooling features work, why they work, some demos that show they work. So definitely check that out if you're interested in this lineup. But suffice to say, this is the Tempur-CM material here that does have it's memory foam with more airflow. Then below that you have their Tempur APR material. It's a little softer. You can see it's very conforming. Still about a 5-pound density memory foam, very high quality. APR stands for Advanced Pressure Relief. That's what this foam is specializing in, is great pressure relief. So you can see that just how much conformance it offers. And like I said, it's a little bit softer than this top layer. That layer is almost 3 inches, and one other unique thing about this layer that I'll get into a little bit more in a minute is there are vertical holes drilled through this layer, again, to create more airflow up and down through the mattress. The next layer here, this is what they call a support layer. I might think of it as a transition layer. It's not quite 3 inches in thickness. You can see this is not memory foam. It is also quite a bit firmer than either of the top 2 layers, as you might expect. And it's about a 1.6-pound density foam. It's much more open cell. You can actually sort of see just how open cell it is. I mean, you can really I could almost feel like I could see my fingers, through parts of the foam. It's not that it's not strong, but it's specifically designed to allow more air to flow through it. So that's just an interesting aspect of the design, and you can just see large open cells here. I almost think of, by the way, just as an illustration of what open cell foam looks like under a microscope, think of it as you're in a sporting goods store looking at a bin full of soccer balls. Imagine that those soccer balls are joined together in some way. They're kind of like fused together as one unit. But then everything that would be black on the soccer ball, this is like the old school soccer ball design, everything that would be black just doesn't exist. It's air. So all that's left is the white parts of the soccer ball. You can imagine how much air flows through that bin of soccer balls when you take away everything that's black and you only leave the white exterior part of the soccer ball. There's a ton of airflow. That's what an open cell foam looks like under a microscope, and you could almost, these are such big open cells, you can almost see it in this case. Below that you have a 6.5-inch layer of sort of a base foam. This again, not memory foam obviously, very firm, even firmer than this top one, as you might expect. Sort of a graduated design there. Obviously one thing you notice here is this is also convoluted. That's an unusual aspect of this design. They specifically did this to actually add even more airflow at this layer of the mattress. You can see, I can get my whole finger in there. There's plenty of room for air to escape and flow through the mattress at this level. So that's again a 1.6-pound density foam. So now let's get into some of the cooling aspects here. Number one is, and again, we talk about this in much more detail in the other video, but you can see here on the top of this Tempur-CM layer, there is phase change material applied. And you can see, just as we talked about in the other video, that it is not a solid sheet of phase change material. Phase change material, just briefly, changes from a solid to a liquid when the heat of your body reaches it. And that experience of it changing from a solid to a liquid kind of, A, pulls heat away from your body, but B, creates a cooling sensation as it's doing that. So during the period of time where it is changing from a solid to a liquid, it gives you that cooling sensation. And when we see this applied to the top surface of a mattress, to a top layer of foam, oftentimes it is a solid sheet. And that solid sheet can impact the breathability of that top layer. So what they tried to do here specifically was they figured out a way to get the same amount of cooling power from the phase change material with less of it, so that it didn't have to be a solid sheet. And I can just tell you, looking at this actual mattress in the wild, it really is not a solid sheet. You can really see the foam and the open cells in this foam. You know, plenty of opportunities for air to flow through this top layer and through the layer of phase change material. So just want to confirm that that is the case here. Then again, I mentioned that this top layer is specifically designed to have airflow through it. And then below that, you have this layer of the Tempur APR material that is ventilated, as they put it, which basically just means they've drilled holes, a bunch of them, through this second layer of the foam that are about maybe the diameter of my pinky. And they go all the way through this layer, so that creates a direct channel for air to flow from this very breathable memory foam through this layer of memory foam to this very open cell breathable layer of foam, from which it can then flow to here, where there's just wide open channels for it to get through all the way out the mattress. And obviously this material here too is very breathable material as well. So all of that is designed to be a system that creates initial coolness through the phase change material and greater airflow to give you sustained coolness through the night. And on top of those features, you also have some additional initial coolness that comes from this cover, which, by the way, is, as you can see here, it zips right off. It's fully removable and washable, but it has real coolness to the touch as well, which in this case is not coming from phase change material. I don't believe it. I think it's just coming from the use of a higher density yarn in this material, a higher density yarn having more intrinsic cooling in the same way that a higher density material like marble will feel cooler to your body even at room temperature than a lower density material like wood. So this is a material that definitely has a coolness to the touch. So the kind of combination of that higher density yarn with the phase change material right up just below that cover on the top of the top layer of foam gives you that initial cooling that we talked about earlier in the video. Then the airflow throughout the rest of the mattress gives you the more sustained cooling. Again, I'd refer you back to that other video for even more information about how that cooling system works though. One thing that's important to just about every mattress shopper is value. And when we think about value, we think about how much does it cost, what's in it, and how long do we think it's going to last. In terms of the cost, prices obviously are subject to change and may vary across retailers to a degree, although this is a MAP product, so you should find that it's sold at the same price pretty much anywhere you buy it at any given time. But nonetheless, the price range here that we're talking about is in the $5,000 to $6,000 range in a queen size. In terms of what you're getting for that, you're getting about a 13-inch all-foam mattress with 4 inches of really high-quality premium memory foam up at the top. And you're getting some cooling features that really are best in class as far as this category of mattresses is concerned. In terms of how long we think that's going to last, we typically look for weak links. And if I'm looking for a weak link in this mattress, it's certainly not going to be in that top 4 inches of the mattress, which is where you least want to find a weak link, because that's the part of the mattress that's going to be compressed most frequently, compressed most deeply, and interacting most closely with you, the sleeper. So that 4 inches of memory foam at the top is very high quality, very high density, and really as good or better than anything else we find out there on the market today. As far as if I'm looking for a weak link in this mattress, it's going to be down below that in the 2 support layers, which are a 1.6 pound density foam. I prefer to see something a little higher density there. Maybe also without the convolution, which is obviously there to provide airflow, I recognize, but nonetheless, from a durability standpoint, those would be what I would point to as the weak link if there is one in this mattress. Now, how does that all sum up in terms of value? Well, when I look at this, it's certainly a mattress that's not inexpensive. That being said, if you're after the benefits from a pressure relief, conformance, from a comfort preference in terms of that slow melting memory sensation, if you're after those types of benefits and you have any concerns about sleeping hot on your mattress, the cooling features here, as I mentioned, are the best we've found on any mattress of this type, and even make this mattress cooler than the average mattress out there. So what's that worth? Well, certainly you're going to pay a premium, but in my mind, if those things are important to you, certainly this is a good value. Just to summarize some of the things we've covered in this video, the Tempur-Pedic LUXEbreeze Firm mattress is going to be a 13-inch mattress with 4 inches of premium memory foam, really high density, high quality memory foam right up at the top. And it also has a suite of cooling features that we've tested and found to be very effective and actually back up the claims that are made, which are pretty impressive claims, by the way, that the company makes about these features. Who we think this is going to be a good fit for? I mean, we generally talked about how we don't necessarily think that this is going to be a great fit for most stomach sleepers unless you're amongst the lighter stomach sleepers out there, because we'd generally point heavier stomach sleepers certainly towards a mattress with a little bit less sinkage, a little bit less conformance. But this is going to be a good fit for a wide range of back sleepers and particularly good fit for a lot of side sleepers. We might encourage lighter side sleepers to check out the soft version of the LUXEbreeze. But other than that, generally speaking, you're going to get a lot of those pressure relieving and conformance benefits that a side sleeper really needs from a spinal alignment and pressure relief standpoint. But moving beyond the fit criteria into the feel criteria, this is a mattress that has a pretty unique feel. So this will also be relevant to who this is going to be the best match for. It has a lot of that slow melting memory feel to it. So if you're someone who likes that, this is going to be delivering really the epitome of that. And then it's also going to have, within the spectrum of memory foam mattresses, a little bit more surface firmness than some mattresses. Some memory foam these days is very soft and you just kind of melt right into it immediately. This is going to be a little bit slower to respond, slower to recover, a little bit more initial surface firmness. If you want a little less of that, you can go with the soft version of it, but it's still going to have more than average amount of that relative to the spectrum of memory foam mattresses out there. So this is kind of more of that classic Tempur-Pedic feel that I know many people love. So those are some of the aspects. Obviously, if you're looking for a mattress that's really bouncy, you're going to look elsewhere, whether in the Tempur-Pedic lineup, where there are some innerspring mattresses available, or you're going to look beyond Tempur-Pedic, where there are plenty of bouncier mattresses than this one. In terms of other things we talked about, this is a mattress that's going to have excellent motion isolation. It's going to have excellent adjustable base compatibility, and then of course we talked about these cooling features, which really are a distinguishing characteristic of this mattress and do offer kind of a best-in-class solution for those people who want all the benefits of a memory foam mattress like this, but do have a concern about sleeping hot. So there you have it. We hope you found this to be a helpful review of the Tempur-Pedic LUXEbreeze Firm mattress. For more helpful information about how to choose the right mattress for you, go to GoodBed.com, and if you haven't already done so, be sure to take our mattress match quiz. This is by far the best starting point for any mattress shopper because it will help you think through all the criteria, some of which you may not have even thought about, that you need to consider when you're choosing the right mattress, and ultimately will help you look across the range of options out there to identify the best mattress for you. So we highly recommend you give that a shot. In the meantime, we thank you for watching and we hope you sleep well.